What is it, Andy?
Is this where all your little entertainments come from?
Yeah, right there, right in that studio. Andy, I always like to sit out in front of the studio before the show and breathe this air.
This air what?
What do you mean, this air what? This air.
Ooh, this air small. This air sneezing stuff. Now, if you want some sniffing stuff, boys, you got to get to North Carolina. Now, that, friends, air.
Well, then you just keep sniffing, Andy. Get a load of this.
Ooh, that do smell like home.
Well, we're trying to make you feel at home here, right at this place. I can change the scene with the snap of my finger.
Yeah?
Like that.
Milton?
Yeah.
Do you get the feeling somebody's watching us?
Andy, somebody better be watching this because we're on the air. Take it, Mr. Kraft. Take it.
This is Ed Hurley speaking for Kraft, a division of National Dairy Products Corporation. Kraft for good food and good food ideas. You get flavor that's always deliciously fresh and appetizing in Kraft's new Sweet Chilled Parquet. Sweet Chilled Parquet is an important improvement in margarine flavor. And you get beautiful Powers model nylons, $1.65 value free for 10 Parquet red end flaps. You'll find all the details right on the package. Get Parquet at your grocer's soon. And learn how to get glamorous Powers model nylons free by using Parquet, the sweet chilled margarine from Kraft. In the western states, you'll find Parquet in this familiar package.
And now, live from Burbank, California, it's Milton Berle, who has just been re-elected as the star of the Kraft Music Hall, with his special guest, Andy Griffith, and as always, the sound of Millie Mae. Ladies and gentlemen, our star, Mr. Milton Berle.
Thank you. What a reception. Thank you. Well, you know, I know a good audience when I see one. And if I see one, I'll let you know. Good night. Well, yesterday, millions of people all over the country, they went to the polls and voted for what they wanted. But I'm going to stay on the air anyway. You're laughing, did you know? I was Proposition Y. In California, Election Day is really wonderful. It's the only day that a lady can say yes to a proposition and still stay a lady. and back east, Harriman, he was defeated, but he didn't care. Yesterday, he lost New York. Today, he bought New Jersey. I stayed up all night last night watching the returns on television. They even interrupted the Late Show with the returns. And it got very, very confusing. In fact, at one time, Nolan conceded the election to Hoot Gibson. That's what he did. Where do we get this audience? Out of the yellow pages? This year, they had more election booths than ever. They weren't exactly election booths. They were old isolation booths left over from canceled quiz shows. And Loretta Young, she was down there. She also went into the booth to vote. I don't know how she did it, but when she came out, she was wearing a different dress. But you must admit, at least, do you like my delivery? But you must admit that this is a great country. It is the only place in the world where a man like Eisenhower can walk into the privacy of a booth and vote Democratic. And we'll never know, will we? Republican Party, Democratic Party. I haven't even gotten over the Halloween party from last week. Boy, what a party I went to. To get into the Halloween spirit, it was held in the most deserted, lonely place that we could find. Bridget Bardot's clothes closet. In order to go to the party, I had to hire a babysitter. Actually, I don't have a baby, but where can you get a better date for 50 cents an hour? Oh, some date. Beautiful. Everybody thought she was Masterson. They said she looked like a bat. Very lovely. And we had a lot of fun there. It was a typical Hollywood party. We sat around the fire roasting friends. And what a party. Everybody was there. John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, Gregory Peck, Harvey Keck. You still forgot Harvey Keg. You know, he's the dance director on Gunsmoke. Oh, you're getting better. It was a costume party. Everybody came as somebody famous. James Mason, he came as Napoleon. Marlon Brando, he came as Captain Kidd. George Gobel and Mickey Rooney came as Gary Cooper. Well, that's nothing. Jim Clinton came as Robert Hall. But this... during the party, then at the stroke of 12, to be recognized, everybody took off their masks. Zorro put his on. And what games we played, they had a great big fishbowl filled with water, and everybody took turns bobbing for Lloyd Bridges. Oh, Milton, you got some wonderful lines, but they're all in your face. And now... Oh, wait a minute. Before we go on tonight, we have an interesting experiment that we're going to try this evening. You know, a scientist once claimed that if you chained a monkey to a typewriter long enough and let him hit the keys, sooner or later, he'd write a masterpiece. So tonight, we're going to see if a monkey can really produce a literary work. Here he is, just getting started, right over here. Get up there. Get up there. Keep writing. Keep writing. He'll probably think of something later. We'll check back. Don't applaud. Don't applaud. Don't please. It's nothing. If it's for me, it's all right. Now, we'll check back with him later to see how he's doing. Before our guest star makes his appearance, tonight I want to give our guest star a special build-up and a big fanfare of music. Billy May, would you come out here, Billy?
What is it, Bugs Bunny?
Bugs Bunny? Me?
When you smile, you ain't no Mona Lisa.
That's why you're telling jokes, man. You've heard of the flower of the musical world? This is the pot, right here. No, I'll tell you. Where you working next week? Now, Billy, why I called you out, you look wonderful. Why I called you out, we have our guest out, and I want a special kind of an introduction. I want the trumpets to go, you know, like before the rehearsal. And then I want the trombones to go, and I want the drummer, boom, 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 and then the rhythm, I want scubby yubba. Then I want Wally and John.
Hold it, Milton, hold it.
What is it?
Hold it. Hold it.
What's the trouble?
I will introduce our guest.
Yeah?
And you lead the band.
You think it's tough to be a band leader? You kidding? All you have to do is look good from the back. All right, horns up. Will the drummer give me an A? Never mind, follow the stick. Now, here we go. Don't be mad at me, guys, because the bars were closed yesterday. All right, this is the introduction for our guest star. Here we go. Beautiful. Folks, if you think the music is bad, I want you to get a load of this introduction that Billy's going to give our guest star. You're on, Billy. Louder.
Ladies and gentlemen.
They know what they are. Get to it.
It's my great pleasure.
It's not your pleasure. It's your job, right?
To introduce our guest. The charming star. Yeah. Charming star of motion pictures, Mr. Andy Griffith.
I appreciate it. And Heidi Milton. You look better on TV than you did outdoors.
Wait a minute, Andy, you got something wrong. This is Billy May. You see, I'm Milton Berle. Milton Berle, I am.
Well, don't come to me with your problems, boy. I hardly know you.
Oh, shut up. Andy, how fun for the band. Andy, how do you like this house that we fixed? We want to make you feel at home. Incidentally, what part of North Carolina are you from?
Oh, Milton, I come from a town that's so small I don't imagine you ever heard of it.
No. Well, how big is the town?
Oh, that's hard to tell. The population can vary as much as 50%, depending.
Depending on what?
Depending on whether I'm here or there.
Well, when I was in Baltimore, I played a town in North Carolina. I don't know how big. I'll tell you how big it was. They didn't have a town drunk.
No?
No. All the men had to take turns.
Well, we don't have a town drunk either.
You don't, huh?
No, so what we do is on Saturday nights, we bring in a fella from the city, a professional wino. We don't really need him. We just like to give the dogs something to bark at.
I hear the dogs have been barking at you for a long time down there because they know that your hobby is folk ballads and sing
Yeah,
songs.
that's right.
So would you be kind enough tonight on the craft show to do one of those ballads for us?
Oh, I'd be proud.
Well, come on, step right down here, Andy, and do it.
Oh, before I do, would it be all right if my grandma brings out my guitar?
You who?
My grandma.
Your grandma is here?
Yeah, see, she come out with me, and she never has been here before.
Yeah.
And I'd like for the folks at home to see her to know, that she arrived safe.
Nice little lady?
Yeah. Grandma, would you bring out my guitar? Much obliged.
Come here.
Yeah.
This is your grandma?
Yeah. See, she married Grandpa last month.
This is very, very pretty. You go ahead and entertain, and I'll escort the poor little grandma back to the dressing room.
Okay.
Holy mackerel.
It's like I was telling him at home, you can always tell a boy that's had scout training. About this song, friends. This here's an old folk song that's about a mountain boy that lived in the woods, and he didn't have no human friends, just animals. Like foxes and squirrels and mostly skunks, which is why he didn't have no human friends. And one day he was going through the woods, and for the first time in his life, he saw a woman. Well, his eyes bugged out like a strangling bullfrog. See, he didn't know she was a woman. He thought she was a smooth sheep. Now, I appreciate it. Now this pretty little girl was holding a bird in her hand. Pretty little bird with a broken wing. And the boy took the girl's hand in his. And that made a real pretty picture, too. The boy holding the girl, holding the bird with the broken wing. And they commenced to sing this lovely old folk song. Little bird, don't cry, 'cause soon you'll fly. Now for my next old folk song. Well, I'd like to sing one. It's not...
Andy, come here, will you please?
Yeah?
Will you please come here?
Yeah.
Andy, you didn't even finish the song. You only did two. Aren't you going to sing the finish?
Well, listen, I'm not a song singer. I'm just a song explainer. See, singing hurts my throat.
Yeah.
Now, if you want you a singer, you got to get you another boy.
Well, I'm going to get another boy. Of course, I got another boy, and don't get your dand up. Shut my mouth.
Would you?
Well, several weeks ago, we introduced a young singer who made his TV debut with us, and since then he's recorded a number for MGM Records that's getting a big play in the juke joints all over America and Canada, ladies and gentlemen. Here is young Tony Roberts with Judd Conlon's Rhythm As singing I Surrender, Dear. Sing it, Tony. Sing it.
Play the game of stay away, but it costs more than I can pay. Without you, I can't make my way. I surrender, dear. I may seem proud, I may act gay. It's just a pose. I'm not that way, 'cause deep down in my heart I say, I surrender. Little mean things we were doing must have been part of the game, lending a spice to the wooing. But I don't care who's to blame. my love, my all. I surrender, dear, to you, my life, my love, my all. I surrender, dear.
Andy Griffith and I will be right back after I surrender this next minute to Kraft. Here we go.
Surrender accepted, Milton. Thanks. And I'll use that minute to ask Mom a question. Do you like to give the kids a treat after school? Smart mothers make it a Velveeta treat for extra fine nutrition because Kraft's famous pasteurized processed cheese spread is extra good for youngsters in sandwiches and cracker snacks. Besides tasting so good, today's Velveeta is richer than ever in vital, non-fat food values from milk. Just these 2 ounces of Velveeta give your child more high-quality protein, more calcium, more phosphorus, as much riboflavin, and more vitamin A than a big 8-ounce glass of fresh whole milk. Weight-watching moms and dads should enjoy Velveeta, too, because its extra goodness comes from the non-fat part of the milk. Velveeta and fruit are a smart dessert, especially if you young mothers before and after the baby comes. Give your whole family more of milk's vital food values the Velveeta way. Kraft's nutritious Velveeta is full of health from milk.
Thank you very much, Ed Hurley. Ed Hurley, I want to tell you, you got the most beautiful hands in television. Smooth. Now, I think I have time now to check with our monkey again and see how he's doing. Let's see how the monkey's doing. How you doing, Ty? How you doing? Ty. Don't laugh. This monkey might be writing another patent place. Full of sex and peanuts. And now let's see where our next, ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is a very, very wonderful guest that I'm sure that Andy!
Yeah,
Andy!
what?
Andy!
What?
Your grandma's loose again.
Ain't she?
Andy!
Yeah?
She's running around the studio.
Oh, well, you see, Grandma wants to stand in the wings and watch this next little scene of mine.
Oh, she does?
Uh-huh.
Well, I think I'll join her.
Well, ain't you gonna watch me?
No, her.
Don't worry, Grandpa. Without his riders, he wouldn't know what to say. In case any of you's wondering why I'm in this get-up, well, I'm a Western fan just like you are, friends. And after watching some of them TV shows, I got thinking about them early pioneers. See, I come from a pioneer strain myself. I had an aunt that had 23 children, and friends, that's a strain on any pioneer. You know them early Westerners was sensitive human beings with emotional problems just like you and me. And you take all them wild gunslingers, there's nothing but a bunch of gamey, bow-legged juvenile delinquents. Friend, I've come to the conclusion the West was chock full of nuts. Too bad they didn't have psychiatry in them days. Imagine a frontier Freud. Let's see what had happened if a psychiatrist hung out his shingle in the West.
You gotta help me. You gotta cure me fast. Cure me, Doctor. I'm tired of killing.
Well, sit down and relax, son. Just think of me as your friend.
I see you got 10 notches in your belt. You killed 10 men?
No, I used to be fat. Now, what's your problem, son? What's troubling you?
I don't know, Doctor. I'm sick. I got a problem.
Yep.
I don't know. I spent all the day robbing banks, stealing cattle, killing men. I'm not just having a good time, that's all.
I see. Doesn't like job.
Docky.
Uh-huh.
Do you think you can make me into a good guy? I want to throw away these guns. I want to throw away the guns. And I want to dance. That's what I want to do.
Easy. You got to tell me a little bit about yourself.
Don't get nosy.
You won't help. You got to talk, boy.
Well, take your gun out of my... Oh, it's my gun. All right, I'll talk.
All right.
My name is Gunslinger.
Uh-huh.
Sidney Gunslinger.
I know the family.
Doctor, I need help.
Yep.
I'm shaky. I gotta have a cigarette. Give me a cigarette, will you, Doc?
I don't smoke.
I gotta have a smoke, I tell you. I gotta have a smoke. What am I gonna do? Gotta have a smoke. Tastes good like a 45 shoot.
Sidney, you're an interesting case.
Am I, Doc?
Yeah. Basically, you're an introvert. You hate people.
That's not the truth. I don't hate people. I got 110 men in my gang.
That's a lot of men.
Haven't you heard? Big bands are coming back.
Well, Sidney,
Yes, Doc.
I'm going to have to delve into your subconscious. Take off your guns and lay down on the bunk.
What'd you say, Doc?
I say take off your guns.
Nobody's ever seen me without my gun.
Come, Sidney. We're both men.
Well, all right. That feels good. That feels good.
Now, lay down, Sidney, lay down.
Yes, Doctor, yes.
Now tell me about your childhood. Was you happy being a cowboy?
No, I hated living in the West. Every night going home with the sun in my eyes.
Well, what'd you do to relax?
Nothing, Doctor, nothing. I don't drink, I don't gamble, I don't go out with girls.
Well, how come?
I have a very strict horse.
Sidney Gunslinger?
Yeah.
You sound like a hombre with a problem.
Doc, I'm trying to tell you, that's my problem out there. They're out there, Doctor. I got to go out there and face them alone, all alone. They're gunning for me out there. Nobody can help me. Nobody can help me. Nobody.
Well, Sidney.
Yes, Doc. Yes.
Take your gun. Gunslinger, gunslinger, where did you go wrong? When you were a child, did the Cheyenne Sioux refuse to play nicely with you? Did you always feel you didn't belong? Gunslinger, don't wear your guns in town today, my patient. Last night you cried out, Mother dear. You've got a recurrent dream in your craw, and the dream of your maw will inhibit your draw. My patient. Sidney, get around here. Who got you? It's a very hard plot to follow. There you lay dead in the dust, gunslinger. And now your myth begins. I say out in the West, the folks all believed you faced and killed the toughest hombres of your day. But time has exposed your feet of clay. Current researchers have clearly shown that 93.6% of the gunmen you killed were simply accident-prone. Gunslinger.
Come here. And you're
Yeah.
going to do a musical in New York?
Well, I do mostly comedy parts. What do you do?
Milton Berle will return in a minute. Meanwhile, are you planning a party or asking friends in to watch Saturday's game? Some of today's best parties start with the choice of fine cheese, favorites from all over the world. And now you needn't hunt to find them either. They're in your grocer's dairy case, where Kraft puts all this fine natural cheese, freshly sliced and sealed in handy packages. How about some nut-sweet Kraft Natural Swiss, or mellow Kraft Natural Brick, or spicy Scandinavian-style caraway cheese, and favorite Kraft Natural Cheddar for our party tray. In the center, we'll serve deviled eggs and rolled slices of cold meat with lettuce and radishes, and border it with our 4 kinds of natural cheese. We've cut Kraft's big slices for easy snacking, you see. But why wait for a party to enjoy this wonderful natural cheese? Wouldn't you like some right now? Keep several packages handy all the time. The finest of natural cheese. And naturally, it comes from Kraft.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we check our monkey for the last time tonight, I want to tell you that the Gunslinger song is from Freeman and Pope's very wonderful album, Songs for Couch and Consultation. And that, I really mean it. And now, Andy Griffith, will you come out here? Come on out.
I'll do her.
I was about to wish you lots of luck on your new Broadway show that's coming. What's the name of the show?
Oh, I appreciate it, Milton. We'll be doing the musical version of Destry Rides Again.
Yeah.
And, tickets will be hard to get, so if you get to New York around December...
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
I was going to thank him, but now I'm not even going to pay him. Well, let's see how the monkey has done. Huh? Let's see how he's done. How you doing? You doing all right? Did you do good? Just a minute. Come here. Just a minute. Let me see what you've written. Let me see. Inka-dinky-doo. I got 1 million of them.
Wait a minute.
Jimmy!
Wait a minute.
Jimmy, what's going on? What is it? What's the matter?
This is a catastrophe. What are you doing with my writer?
You're right. Oh, Jimmy.
Come on, Hemingway. We're late for dinner at Bennett Church.
Jimmy, I want to... Wait a minute. Aren't you going to be on my show next week?
That depends on what your monkeys come up with.
Make a face. All right, make a face. All right, don't worry.
Make a face.
Don't worry, Jimmy. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy... Oh, may I say thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy will be with us next week, and the fabulous Polly Bergen, and we'll all have a ball. Good night. Stay tuned now for Bat Masterson. He gives out green stamps. Bye, everybody.
On these brisk fall nights, creamy homemade macaroni and cheese makes a hit. And it's simple with Kraft macaroni and cheese dinner. Only a nickel a serving, too. You get tender macaroni and new, improved Kraft grated that makes Kraft dinner golden with rich cheddar flavor. For this tasty main dish, we've spooned into it are the frankfurters that we've split and broiled and then spread with mustard. The garnish is pimento. Enjoy it often. Kraft macaroni and cheese dinner. And to get any of tonight's recipes free, send a postcard with your name and address to Kraft Television Recipes, Box 1718, Chicago 77, Illinois.